you're still versus Batrider, so it could be a bit hairy.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuns available, even if you do have your counter spell. It's only for a
Mhm.
small window. Also, I guess, do you feel like AM? Do you want that in a lineup that has Park Profit already? Does that kind of synergize well, or would you? It feels like they've set up for more of a let's go as five early on with Team Secret's lineup, right?
Like everyone is right now, right?
Yeah.
Every team that
Radiant's
I'm
buried.
watching is trying to get the zoo as early
Force.
as possible, or to get your ultimate win condition. And Morphling, honestly, I've been the last two series. It was Virtus Pro versus OG, and it was Secret versus OG. Hero such as Morphling just carries the game, and it's just as simple as that. You get a Morphling, you get that E Blade on a decent timing, and he just carries. Yesterday,
10
Thompson
seconds to go.
had one game in which he got, I think, 15 minutes E Blade.
5
The game was
seconds.
just done. He had some good combos with him, but still, the game was just over afterwards. So something similar could happen
Dire's
here if Team
banned.
Liquid doesn't respond.
Bloodseeker.
Hmm. What do you think
Does,
about this?
doesn't feel like the strong response you'd expect, right? You still
Hmm.
don't have the easiest way to instantly burst Morphling from the fog, shall we say?
Hmm.
It, so maybe this is more about the lane. Are they concerned? Did they feel like it's a puck? I don't feel like you
10
want to necessarily
seconds to
be up against
go.
a Nature's Prophet as a Bloodseeker, right?
So
5 seconds.
Morphling here, even if he morphs into the strength, right,
Radiant's
he's losing
banned.
all the armor, and because of that, Venge will be stronger. Sim minus armor. You also can go for some Spirit Vessel on one of these heroes on Liquid. None of them really love to buy it, but if I would guess, it would either be Sand King or Venge. That's kind of forced to do so. And then you can already deal with the Morphling. The silence from Bloodseeker obviously comes in handy as well.
Yeah.
One big thing
10
Bloodseeker
seconds to
gives you is
go.
this high tempo early on, and that's very important because he doesn't
5
need way too
seconds.
many items. He comes online very fast, and if you want to scale him for the late game, you could build a Maelstrom or something like that and actually farm up.
I guess another thing to point out is like if you look at all the heroes they have so far, these are heroes that are in the attrition warfare in early levels, right? They apply a lot of pressure and take a lot of health away from their opponents. And whenever you draft the Bloodseeker, that's what you want. You want fighting lanes so that you can have that first,
Hmm.
moving you
Hmm.
around and allowing you to pressure your own lane.
Yep. If you do something like Sand King Batrider offlane, Bloodseeker Vengeful mid, sorry, safe lane, obviously, you would have these two lanes that are brawling constantly. Batrider and Sand King are constantly attacking, and they might be facing Puck +1 because I think Morphling most likely will be mid. And because of that, Bloodseeker might get a lot of those thirst stacks. He'll be very difficult to deal with. He'll have the minus armor and the stun from Venge to set up
Radiant's
Blood
buried.
Right. So it really could work.
Team Liquid, the final ban is focused on the Storm Spirit, which is fair. They don't have the best instant catch until they've got Blink Daggers online
Hmm.
inside of Liquid.
No, I agree. And from Team Secret as well, this Visage is a pretty solid ban because remember,
10 seconds to
this is Team
go.
Liquid you're playing against. You ban out Visage and you ban out Lone Druid for sure
5
because they
seconds.
love to play around those heroes. How many times did you see
Dire's
their
bid.
Visage countered on mid lane and then they put it safe lane and he still does just as much?
Oh,
Ancient, okay. Obviously why they went for it is the Morphling. The only question is how will they lane this? What do you think? Is this Ancient 5? It should be,
I
right?
I think it is. Liz, recently you keep going at me like ever since you've seen Dendi run it, even though it lost very
10
hard, you're
seconds
like,
to
I
go.
want my POS 2 Ancient Apparition. But I think we are gonna get probably POS 5
5
AA
seconds.
to Venge.
I'm actually a believer in post 2 Ancient. If he gets like one more buff to
Oh
the
no.
Aghanim Scepter, I think that hero is actually scary. The amount of damage that he dishes out with Chilling Touch on with Aghanims, it's incredible if he gets it fast enough. But in this game, you're not really thinking about that. The only thing you need from this Ancient is his ultimate. One problem that I already see with that Ancient, however, is the fact that he's playing versus Nature's Prophet. And those treants are going
Team's
to
all
be
set.
very difficult to
Time
deal
to
with.
pick some of these folks.
And that may have just bridged some gaps in Team Secret's lineup. We keep seeing the Kunkkas come out every time for
Hmm.
the same reason. You know, if you're a little bit worried, there's some gaps needed filled, sustain stuns. He's got it all.
Hmm. There's
And
some counterplays as well here with the Kunkka, right? You're playing versus
yeah.
a bat, so that X marks the spot can save targets. And I love the fact that they're putting Zai plus Shaker on the offlane. Um, but let's still see what Liquid is going to do. Okay, Bat Rider mid, nothing extraordinary. Poikpa taking the bat. The only
And we
question
do
is,
get the puck puppy as well, puppy puck rather as
Mhm.
well. Yeah.
Okay, so Ancient will be on the offlane. Uh, it's actually played by Boxy.
Oh yes.
This is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for them to show their card show their hand because I really couldn't feel Ancient doing well versus Shaker and Prophet. It's a terrible lane for him. But on the off lane, with the Sand King, suddenly you have the stun into the cold feet. There's a lot of combos that you can work with there, and yeah, already I like their draft a little bit better now.
Yeah, and also, morphing the early levels, you actually apply enough pressure, maybe even find a cheeky kill. Poppy, you don't want to level the phase shift too early, but you
Look
might
at
be
that!
forced to.
Look at that set on Morphling. He looks like some king, man. He's I don't know. Looks like some king from the depths.
He does. It definitely looks like he's a filthy worshipper of Neptune, but he sits on the throne. And oh, we got the mushroom cap, by the way. I don't know how
Yep.
I overlooked that. The most important. I feel like we've seen it so much that we've become numb to how important it is that you always wear the mushroom cap as a nature's prophet.
Yeah, the good old mushroom cap. It's actually the first item I won. You remember there was that website, Dota Lounge or something like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and shame on me, I was betting items there
Oh.
trying to get something. That's one of the first. I got a rare mushroom cap and I got a rare shuriken for Bounty Hunter.
And you were
I was
so happy until
I
you
was.
realized it was worth nothing.
I was very happy. I didn't care it didn't worth anything because I didn't have any other items, so that was pretty cool. I was betting uncommons.
Oh no. See, it's interesting that we're gonna get to see this ancient apparition free because I feel like when we've talked about it
Everybody
before,
gets it.
right? Apart from like the only cool one we've seen in pro was Bait Dendy trying to run it in the mid, it didn't succeed. I feel like we both agreed that the off lane felt like a good role because of the type of fours you pick at the moment, because of like the farm priority. I don't know if Boxy's been practicing it a lot though, because if you take a look, I don't think he has a single cosmetic. So that's how I measure people's play rates.
Are there many cosmetics for the Ancient Apparition though?
There's
You have
a
like
few.
2 sets, right? Or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I any hero that can build necros on the offlane can work right now. And if you're Ancient Apparition, I think you can still do that.
I mean, he's
And
already got the Sage Mask. He's already got
Mhm.
one. He's queued up the other. So I think we know what he's building.
do you see the mid lane though? It's going to be Matu playing mid. It seems like at least. Or will
30
it?
seconds
No,
to
it will
go.
be Zai who goes mid. He has Magic Stick already and 2 tangos. So Secret is switching it up heavily as well on their side.
So I was like, well, you stuck me in the mid last game against that Lycan. So let's just, I'm warmed up for the mid. Nisha was enjoying the out lanes. He got loads of kills early on.
What do you think
My-
about this mid lane? This is going to be a little bit hectic for the Nature's Prophet.
I think it's kind of
The game is on.
one of those situations where you accept that it's going to be tough, but the difference with the Nature's Prophet is you have teleportation and a TP scroll, right? So until level 6, barring a rotation, you shouldn't feel threatened too much about death from the barrier. You shouldn't be able to be caught that way. Similar to how a Kunkka functions in that regard, right? Oh, I've been heavily pressured. Let me just X TP back to base. You could do something similar here.
They ping him out right now. And it's so crazy that Nisha was hiding this whole period of time. He was hiding on the top lane, in the trees, until it was just necessary for him to start blocking. And it just shows how important for him it was to hide these lanes.
The interesting thing from Liquid is we were talking so much about the Sand King AA, how they were going to be together. They go the other way with this. They stick the Bloodseeker and Sand King together, and then you've got the AA and Venge bot.
It's still similar, right? You have a stun
Dyer's
combo
courier.
with both of these heroes.
Make it.
So. Oh,
Nisha did just lose his courier. Tiger with the cheeky snipe now going to rotate down. I think it makes sense as well, right? Because if you think about AA, what's one of his weaknesses? He doesn't have great starting stats. Obviously, Venge, because of your passive, can offset that quickly.
no, you really want to have Sand King with him, but Venge is the next best thing. The Absor, he's fine.
Yeah, they'll just tell him to get out. They're like, Scram, this is our neighborhood. It does mean right now it looks like we're going to have a try and try scenario here. Which means the Bloodseeker's being left alone against the Kunkka, which I don't think you want that if you're the the Bloodseeker, right? That's the brawl matchup that doesn't work too well until you start spilling blood elsewhere.
Yeah, when you get your third stacks, it's actually pretty good for him, but before that, it can be problematic. So he might suffer the first couple of waves.
Step life.
All right, scrap that. We're not committing to this. When Timberman's like, get out of my lane. Morph is going to TP towards the
Something
top,
bad's happened to the Radiant's courier.
and more couriers are dying. You know, it's not Puppy doing it this time, but it's another member of Secret with that deep ward spotting him out.
It's very easy for Matu to lane here, I would say. It should be easier than for the Kunkka. You have a lot of damage and you're ranged, so you can deal with Mickey. If he does use Blood Rage on himself, you have the nuke as well to work around, so it can be problematic.
This is clearly Timberman taking responsibilities. Like, I know it's going to be me low on health all the time. I'll be given the first stacks, all right? I'm Spartacus. You know those morphlings you get in your pub games where they just remain at 10% HP because they're fine CSing and someone elsewhere is dying to a Bloodseeker. All in all, in the mid lane,
The Radiant's courier's a goner.
it's about even. I mean, there's not too much dominance coming up from Koikfa. It's kind of as we expected, right? Like, you can't get Zai out.
Koikfa is doing a little bit better because Zai is farming the side camp, right? So don't be fooled by his CIS. He did farm a couple of creep camps here in between the mid lane fights.
That's true, but he is leading on the net worth.
Yeah, it's to be understood that Koikva really dominates this lane, or should dominate it. It's not that easy for Zai to deal with a Batrider.
No, it's just all about controlling the creeps, and as you said, supplementing the jungle as he does pretty well with these treants. Well, though, things are incredibly quiet, which isn't something we usually see out of these two teams, especially with these type of heroes. Like, these are, I want to say, over 60% of the heroes in this game are killer type heroes that can make a lot of damage in the first 2 minutes.
I think you have a lot of kill potential on Liquid.
I have a lot of kill potential on couriers.
And maybe if Liquid oversteps their boundaries a little bit, then Secret can strike back. But they don't really do a lot. They're a bit passive right now. If you're Secret, you're a bit more on the passive side.
Oh, Secret, they're just trying to buy their time, wiggle around Liquid, and actually now Poppy, oh, he's made a mistake here. He'll phase shift out, but he's so low on HP that Mike, I don't think Poppy, I don't think the friendly Fairy Dragon was expecting this sort of pressure. But he does get to deny the neutral creeps, and that's a lot of time wasted away from the creeps for Mike.
It was a nice attempt from Insania to snipe him with a wave of terror, but sadly for him it did not work.
No, it's not an easy one to achieve. I think the other thing that maybe makes Bloodseeker's game pretty hard here is what we're seeing just now coming out from Nisha. He has X TP back, so he's not often going to be low. And we already said that Zai can teleport in and out, healing up, right? So it's not like there's going to be too many low heroes on the side of Secret in the early game.
Yeah, Zai was actually forced already to do that once or twice. He goes back to the base with his old teleportation spell, then TPs back into the lane. But Koikwa is just relentless. He continues attacking him, and actually he has a haste bottle, so this is a huge kill threat for the Furion right now.
It is now that he's got 6. Now that he has the last 2, if he sees Zai, Zai could just be as good as dead after like 2 sticky napalm stacks, and he's going. Someone activate the Jaws beam team right now, because that's what it feels like. And with Tiger rotating in, it's just a swarm of sharks. They finally get that first blood, and it's on the middle of Secret in this game.
If you open your pubs every day, you can see a lot of tier 1 players playing Batrider on the mid lane right now. I'm not sure that anything big changed, but Batrider became really strong on the mid lane, and he's played a lot.
We've definitely been seeing it be flexible. For a while, we were seeing it in the POS 5 role, then back to 3, and then, of course, being upgraded that 2 priority. Nice snipe on the bot lane, by the way. They got rid of the courier that had like 500 net worth or so for Boxy on his way out. They got the kill on Yapsor, but you're happy to delay the AA. Top, however, Mike, he gets turned on quickly. This is the pesky morph for you. You think you have him, and all of a sudden it backfires. So does it in the bot lane as AA goes down.
Yeah. It was also Furion's ulti. Zai used his ulti, right, to help out with the AA. And you are a core on this Ancient Apparition, but that doesn't change the fact that you're extremely squishy. And he got X-marked, he got fissure blocked, and they just take care of him easily.
Yeah, it's a tough lane to be in the moment Kunkka hits 6, and that's why they now rotate Mike down, because if the AA gets caught now, with that boat combo, you die every time. There's no way you survive.
But what
that.
about Mickey? He's level 4. I'm not
has a
sure
range
he has a range drop, but I'm not sure he's super satisfied with this exchange because this level 7 Kunkka is going to hurt.
Yeah, they tried to play the lanes early on and it backfired, and now as a result,
Step lively now.
you're left on one of Nisha's signature heroes, and he's not going to stump coming at you. He's got the double bracer, which means that he's going to regen well as well, so you can't win an attrition war against him. And instead, straight away, there it is, boat coming in, 3 heroes here, side with a rotation. Mike, soon to be gone from this world.
I guess they understood that this was about to happen because they really need the level 6 on Ancient Apparition. And he can't get any experience on the bottom lane any longer. Top, maybe
Going.
not two.
Good kill. He didn't get a chance to morph up, and the man will be killed off. They will still lose their bot tower though. Secret are relentless with this push.
By the way, these 3 heroes on top are such an old school tri lane. It used to be played many years ago, but usually with Sand King a core, not an Ancient Apparition. Still though, it's very scary, and even if you're a Morphling, you can die easily.
Yeah, it's definitely what we call just use your spells lol. Right? Everyone has a stun in this situation. Although, you should be able to anticipate as a Morphling more often than not. They have to play the vision game to catch you off guard.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom
Yep,
tower.
so in from vision. He has got an invis room which is spotted quick for out, and they're rotating in. Nisha, it's only level 1x, but they're too far away. They have to abort.
He also didn't have the ghost ship. He used it down bottom to kill the Bloodseeker, right? And the cooldown on level 1 is pretty significant, so they decide to back off, and it's a better choice. You don't really want to dive that deep without all your spells.
Yeah, it's tough as well. There's no real way to bait out the Batrider because you can see he was just going to move deeper into the jungle to farm safer. And he sure is rotating towards the top. Boxy is just about to get 6. If they could kill him just beforehand, this would be perfect. But I don't think you can stop him from getting it. Or he could just walk out to his casual death. That will stop him from getting it. He still gets 6, but he doesn't get to walk away alive, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was so greedy from him. So he had a pretty decent ward there, and he saw Puppy farm the hard camp, right? The hard camp that was so low. So he figures, okay, it's a position 5 puck. I can go there, I can steal some experience. He didn't see the Kunkka though.
No, it was a good rotation. That set up some pressure on the tower. This has kind of been the important staple part the Secret have done twice now effectively, is Zai rotates in. If he's needed for kill, yes. Otherwise, you're immediately pressuring tower afterwards. And then you look at the mid, and it just looks like the let's just chill and not hurt each other lane, right? Mike just wants space. Matumba Man, he wants space as well.
I think they're both satisfied with this, right? Matu on the top lane felt constantly pressured. I think Bloodseeker might be a bit happier with this because he couldn't lane top, he couldn't lane bottom. So mid lane is pretty much the easiest place to be for him right now, and he can actually find some farm.
Top. Fight's going on. Extra drag back. So there's the last 2 there. Actually drag Kunkka back into the mess. They say, okay, every lot on top of you, we'll bring him down. Bot lane, runes will at least be secure for Secret. But big kill playing by the side of Liquid.
I think this build from Boxy could be really big for Ancient, because he's going for Necros, right? Like any other offlaner right now. And one of the big things that Ancient Apparition struggles with is finding farm. He has absolutely no ways of getting farm. But these Necros will allow him to do so. So maybe he won't get any big items, but he will be able to stay alive in the fights.
I'm not sure if he's going to stay alive right now, though. And so just wail away at him, get the kill. Koikfa did TP him with a boost of travel, the magic missile out, and they spot out Puppy and they'll jump on top of him. Zai can't help at all. It's not like Nature's Prophet comes with any good lockdown other than those sprouts. But instead, now Zai needs to be careful. Magic missile, yeah, you give your life, but Koikfa, he'll be able to get the kill. Blade Mail, who cares about that item?
Ah, man, he killed himself there with a magic missile level 3 on the Blade Mail, but
He had no
cares.
choice.
He had no choice. It's still good. They do get the kill off of Nature's Prophet. Mid lane, there's an ulti flying in.
Rupture as well. And waveform away. He says, okay.
Mickey.
Is that all? Now, Mike might be in a bit of trouble. Nope, they didn't actually do enough damage there. Mike is going to live. Now, Yapsor and keep it. No, the Echo Slam to swap out. They keep him alive. Bloodseeker's going to live, but instead Yapsor is the one who goes down. Anisha, the swap in. Now he's in a mess. He doesn't have any bow either. He just has to try and run this off. He will be able to because Matumbaman, the Rupture finally ran out. So there will be a rebuttal kill. It'll end up being a 1-for-1 exchange, but so far not too bad for Liquid. If they lose more, however, it could be a problem. Quickfire is sprouted in. The Fireflies ran out, but he will be able to get away in time.
Yapsor, you greedy boy. He had an option to instantly echo the Bloodseeker right there. It wouldn't do a lot of damage, but it would secure them the kill. Instead, he decides, okay, I'm gonna keep it, maybe enchant Totem last. And because of that, Insania gets enough time to swap the Bloodseeker and save his life. And all these small little things do matter. And, the Yapsor this time around, he should have just ulted. That simple as that.
Oh, this poor fairy dragon. Puppy. Oh, he might. No, he had to go too soon. He only has a level 1 phase shift. They'll still kill him off. Dreamcore was used as well. They clearly want to move on the mid lane in the meantime as well, because you've got this epicenter now available. Tiger is getting pretty close to that Blink Dagger, by the way. Like, if you look at the comparison between these two pos 4s, it's very clear Sand King's going to have it 2-3 minutes sooner.
It's understandable, though. Sand King on a position 4 is a little bit different than the Shaker because he has multiple ways of farming. They gave him the Iron Talon. You can see that he has maxed out the Sandstorm as well. So farming the creep camps for him is a piece of cake. That's not something that the Shaker can do.
Farming is now easy for Boxy. He's had that Necronomicon for a minute or two, and he's pressuring on a Puppy, who is just gone. Perfectly timed from Boxy. Gets him the kill, and now Nisha, he wants vengeance, but he's going to take it out on someone other than the AA. As they drag Quickfire in, he is relatively tanky. Relatively is exactly that. A relative term, as Secrets say, we've got more than enough damage.
On the bottom lane, Matu and Yapsor, they are around.
It's not an easy kill, though. You know, you have to buy detection, Liz, and
they had the dust.
To use it.
They had the dust on Shaker, but the chances of them getting that kill were very low. Sand King needed to be also very low on HP.
I'm wondering now what Boxy is going to go for next. He's got his Arcane Boots. He's got a Necronomicon. Okay, it's going to be Mech. I wondered if maybe he goes aggressive with something like a Veil.
Yeah, bottom lane, there's an A ulti flying over.
Yeah, but they have to somehow force Matumbaman away, and Tiger's almost dead to the Sandstorm. And Ice Blast off the mark. Nice swap out. Stun through. Beautifully done. Just before you can do anything about it, like morphing back, Matumbaman gets brought down.
That's a pretty sick play. Mid lane, Dreamcore.
Yep. They're trying, but the boosted travel getting him in. Nice glyph coming out, so Quickfire will not be prohibited from coming to this mid lane engagement. The X did control him up. The Rupture is out in the Puppy now. He needs a way out, but he's silenced up. And Mike ends up on the right side of the fissure, which means he will be able to get that kill.
Puppy is definitely not having the game of his life. 0-5-3 on this puck. You could say that he's a position 5 though. You know, creating space, using this Dream Call to force some rotations, dying in the end.
Yeah, I mean, game of your life is subjective, Liz. Technically, with how many deaths he's had, it really is much focused on his life because he's giving it so many times. I mean, it's 5 deaths now. It's a tough one.
Earth's bounty.
Tiger has a Blink Dagger. He has an ulti bottom, and A ulti is flying in.
A stun in, Ice Blast to follow through soon. Waveform away, but it's such a big AoE. They do need another hit if they want to bring him down, though. So it looks like Matumbaman will not shatter.
But why did Tiger start so early, though? That's the question.
It was a bit questionable. Maybe he's worried that he was going to run away and they'd already passed the Ice Blast. Oh, Tiger! They're pinging the ward, but they're pinging the wrong place. Look where the vision was. They've done that strictly out of predictive movement.
Top lane.
And top, yep. Puppy's gone again.
It's so difficult for Puppy to make these moves. So basically what he's trying to do is set up kills with the Nature's Prophet, right? So he goes on a lane, he uses his ulti, all his nukes, and then you see Zai flying in, teleporting in, using his ulti and finishing the target off. But it's hard when Korkpa has travels and he's everywhere. He's bottom now.
He's everywhere again. Because Kuka is being chased onto. The Ice Blast through once more, and Zai won't be able to get out. I mean, Boxy can just be off split pushing at all times to this Necronomicon. They don't want to jump him, and instead he's still contributing to the fights on the other side of the map. Perfect.
He's like, who cares about your global presence? Who cares about your nature's prophet? And who cares about this Batrider? Who cares about any one of
Who
these
cares
heroes
about
that can?
your whole team?
Who cares about any one of these targets that I can just sit on the lane and use my ulti and kill off any target I want to?
I mean, that's the great thing, right? That you compare this to the support AA. The support AA needs to be backing someone else's play. They can't be shown on lane because they're so easy to kill. He's got 1200 HP already. He's not the quickest pick, so they aren't seeing him as the highest priority target. It's not easy.
So historically, when you would play position 5 AA, you would play him like this. Long time ago. Let's say like 3-4 years ago. You would play him like this because his spells weren't nearly as influential in teamfights as they used to be. It was all about, as they are right now, sorry. It was all about his ulti. But if you're playing position 3, you do need farm, and this is completely justified, the way he's playing. And he's doing so well, so it's great.
He is. And they just got the perfect item to help him be even more of a brawler. You know, you've almost got the mech complete, and on top of that, you now have a growth bow flying its way out.
They read it so well. He read this movement so well. They were trying to pincer him. Zai TP'd into the trees. Nisha came from the right side. Puppy was pushing in the lane. They wanted to really shove him out of this top lane, and he was just smart enough. He moved back on time.
Well, Insania as well, right? Like, he plopped that ward down about a minute and a half ago, and as a result, they anticipate that move had to happen at some point because Boxy, at that point, right, where he has that impact on that bot fight, Secret go, why have we let him free farm all this time? And now, Liquid, they bring the numbers. Yapzor jumped on top of. Nice blink dagger. Good luck using it.
Oh, such a good item as well now they found. A clumsy net. I know I'm a bit too hyped about a tier 2 item, but it's so good for Liquid. So many spells, so many heroes that can use it, and so many spells that need that clumsy net. Your Taiga with the Epicenter, then your Ancient Apparition with the Cold Feet, your Bloodseeker with the Bloodright.
Tiger jumping in deep. Nice last clip for the Matumba man. He needs to be careful, but he can't get away. He's just gone. The big kill gets found. BKB activates. So looks like Quick was going to keep on fighting. And Zai, because of that, Rupture has no chance to escape. They'll bring down Venge, so it's a 2-for-2 exchange. 2 of those are supports and 2 of them cores. You can clearly see that Liquid got the better side of it.
And also Yapzor, he was there in time to blink in and echo multiple targets. But he looks at them, he sees they're all full HP, they didn't use pretty much anything for this fight. And because of that, he just cleans up Insania's Vengeful.
It's true. Right now for Yapzor, his role feels not like core initiation, it feels like counter initiation, right? When Liquid go in, he wants to punish it. But as you said, they're very bulky. I mean, over 2k HP on the Bloodseeker, almost 2k on the Batrider. Even this Ancient Apparition sitting at a cool 1500 with a mech.
Really, if you're Secret right now, you need the BKB on Isha, and you need your next big item on Morphling, but man, this is a very, very late E-Blade. If he gets it even soon, it's 19 minutes, 20 minutes even. He's halfway there, let's say, and he's struggling.
He most definitely is. You remember you were talking about the Thompson one earlier, where you got like 15 minutes, you saw how dominant it is, and this is why, I say like a month or 2 ago, we were seeing a lot of teams really struggle to make Morphling work, is if you didn't get your item quick, you became a big liability to your team. Especially with how quick Dota plays out at the moment. You know, these 20 to 30 minute finishes happening fairly regularly.
I honestly think if there was any other offlaner on the side of Liquid, Mato would much a better game, but he's countered so hard with his AA that he's just struggling right now. Usually what happens is Morphlings that are playing versus AA get a BKB very quickly, but so far he's still struggling to get the E-Blade though.
No, he wasn't given an easy start, and then you look at Mike by comparison, right? We were talking at the beginning how they both got roughed up, they didn't have a fun time. He's top of the network, he's been enabled by the other cores. Puppy, the familiar sight, as the Bloodright predicts exactly where he'll be, and he's just gone.
They were smoked, Nisha and Shaker, but they understood they can't fight there. So they just went down bottom. The only question is, what can they do here?
They can hit creeps. That's about it.
No, look,
Creeps on that close to tower.
Insania drew this line. They're actually running back down bottom, and because of that, they can perhaps hunt them down.
They might be reluctant to make the move though, because Quakefoot, look at him. He's gone top. He knows that Nature's Prophet is around here, but Zard make his escape before the Ice Blast can even arrive. Secret? I mean, they're doing a good job right now of dodging out. And it does feel like at this stage of the game, they have no other choice, right? They have to get some new items to play around. They can't fight Liquid straight.
And the thing is, if you're Matu, if you get low, you can never hide. Even if you remember that tier 1 snipe on the bottom lane, it wasn't about any wards. He just morphed into Agi completely, and because of that, Bloodseeker sees him, right? So Sand King just jumps in on vision and picks him off.
True. Boxy. That's the pickoff they need to open with, and it looks like they might be able to bring him down. He's dead. That was the BKB from Nisha as well as a result of that. Magic Missile flows out onto Zai. Swap out from Insane. He just wants away from this fight because he's on the wrong side of it. And now Quakefoot does go in. The Rupture is still active for the moment, but not long enough. And the X does break the lasso. So that's going to be BKB wasted by Quakefoot. Nothing gained for it.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
As a result, Secret, well, they get a little bit of space to breathe. And with that space, they will look to plow into Liquid's towers as they push on the bot tier 2.
Some pretty big items, and their movements were really sick. I still think you're waiting on that Vicky E-Blade from the Morphling. He has 3,000 gold, and he can pick it up. But the BKB on Isha, the blink on Puppy, the blink on Shaker finally coming into use a little bit. And Puppy, you can't blink out of this.
Often. I mean, they're trying to reinforce him, but it's not like Zai can trap him. However, with an X, they could punish him. Torrent's going to be there. The Blood Right means they can't all pile on right away.
That's it.
Greedy gets punished.
That's Puppy's attitude. You can kill me 7 times, but 8 times no one kills me 8.
No one kills him 8 times, Admir. Okay, that's where he draws the line.
Could use a hand.
You know what it is? He's like, okay, my ratio of my deaths to Coreys must at least be 1. I've got some Corey killing to do and some not dying to do. So let's begin with the easier one. I'll control my own life better.
E-Blade completed. BKB instantly queued by Matu. He knows what's up. He cannot wait for anything else. He needs to get that BKB to be able to deal not only with the AA, but the Sand King as well.
The silences, the stuns. Like, it's not just the Sand King, it's the way that they stack the stuns. You mentioned at the start, right? Venge, AA, and Sand King used to be a very popular tri-lane for a reason.
Did you watch Secret OG last night, though? They have this Venge bottom lane.
There's gonna be TPs away. Yeah, still realize it's too late, it won't work. But it does cover the escape of Nisha at least.
I actually think Taiga, he jumps in, he uses Burrow Strike onto the Shaker, and he instantly runs into the trees to seek for Nisha. He doesn't find him, luckily for Secret. But back to the point, last night, when actually it wasn't Secret OG, it was OGVP, they managed to deal with the Morphling with the Vengeful swap into a Hex. But there's still nothing like that on Secret. But you do have swap into, let's say, Sand King stun into AA ulti. So you could burst him down very, very fast, even when he gets that BKB.
One last top tower.
Yeah, that's the thing we've been seeing a lot right now. Is kind of an evolution of Venge to these things that we used to only see as a very fancy play you do in your pub game, try once and fails. But now, like Mirana is an example, right? Like they ping the spot and then they swap into it. The Sand King already being primed for when the swap comes out. Things like this. Because another one's like Blood Right. You could time Blood Rights to swap into Silence as well. Actually, that's another one.
Radiant's top tower.
What we're getting at, folks, is Venge is a tad bit powerful right now.
It's mostly the swap is obviously very important. Exactly, and this hero was usually picked mostly because of the swap. But right now, Wave of Terror and Venge Sora, there's crazy strong bottom lane.
Poppy has to put the Dream Core down, but the stun coming through from Tiger will not allow the escape of the pesky Fairy Dragon. And Yapsor, bonus kill on the side. Actually, the real bonus, the cherry on top, is this tier 1 tower. This is completely unguarded now by Team Secret. It's amazing. If you kill everyone who's guarding it, there's no one to protect it.
Why is his Mjolnir so yellow?
It looks
Is this
cool.
some competitive thing? Yeah, it looks really
he
cool.
Bought out, okay? He threw money at Gabe and he's like, particle effects, yes.
It actually looks really cool. But I wonder, if the yellow one was the standard one, would I still pay money to get the white one? You know what I mean?
I wanna. Do you not want like a red one? What about a red? Your Bloodseeker. Imagine if you get a red Mjolnir effect. Oh. Or smart one. I shouldn't really give them ideas for getting more money out of us.
Mid lane, Yules on the Kunkka.
Yeah, but he has the BKB, no TP. They realize he can't kill him. But hear me out. Oh, they're not done. They're gonna keep going. Tiger in a wee bit of trouble. Nice swap out from Insania, but that does mean he's surrounded by the trees now. Throw out a magic missile. They can't even kill him off, and now, oh, they do. They finally get him. But Mike with the BKB. Moving forward, Nisha protected by the Sprout. They push him out finally. And Zai needs to be careful. So Epicenter is going to come in. Tiger does get up the Dream Core and shotgun down. And Zai with the BKB means he's not too threatened yet, but these right clicks are starting to add up from Mike. They'll keep pursuing through. Quick through his own BKB as Matuma stands his ground. It forces the back right away. And Yap's still being chased onto. Has the fissure. Stun control on the boxes. They actually push him on top of the Echo Slam as well. He's like, fine, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. But it looks like they might lose Matuma Man as well. He's trying to morph over, but it's not good enough. The last who gets the kill, and they're still hunting Puppy. Trying to move away from the Bloodseeker. They almost get the counter quick, but he's a little bit too fast to get out and Zai trying to escape here, but the Blood Right will clip. And Mike, this entire fight has just been not hitting Bloodseeker. They've tried. They've begged with him not to return fire, but he is relentless. He gets his double kill. He secures a victory in this fight for Team Liquid.
What a great fight for Team Liquid. They didn't even clip the Morphling with the A ulti, and they still take care of him. And it all started because of this great item build from the Sand King, which is the normal item build, really. Blink into Yules, that's what you usually buy. But it's so good this game because it gives you an opportunity to catch Kunkka out of position, right? He can try to X marks the spot on himself, move into the creep wave, clear it, and then X mark back. But not if you're playing versus something like a Yules. They time it well. Sadly for them, they didn't have lasso to just instantly blow the Kunkka up there in the spot, but they still get a very favorable fight because heroes of Team Secret are out of position. And then everything is way easier. And now Shaker...
He's an easy kill. It's that feeling, right, that you see the Ice Blast has been committed if you're Team Secret, and then because that has been the bane of your resistance for the last 25 minutes, you're like, okay, this is a potential go. We can ball up, we can play. But as you say, Sand King in his own right is now a huge threat. And let's not forget Mika, who's just, yeah, he's a beast right now. He's on a kill streak for a reason.
And Boxy as well.
They almost got Puppy there. That was a good dodge out.
Almost
going, but no, the last is going to be there. Like, all right, fine. You want me to use my big ultimate? Here it is. Be dead for almost as long as I use it.
So the Aegis is picked up by the Bloodseeker. He's level 23. Has a Titan Sliver, Basher, and a Mjolnir. This is, this is a dangerous Bloodseeker.
I'm not a former pro player or anything, but I'm going to take a guess that what you're saying, Liz, is that Mike is a problem.
He hits hard. Oh, didn't get the bash though.
No bash.
Yeah,
I mean,
not really a skilled bash player.
But they do find Kunkka, who can try and BKB all at once, but Mika, oh no, the swap's there. He's like, yeah, if I just stun him, they have no way to stop me, but these swaps cheekily coming out to get him even lower. Mika is on a monster kill streak now. And
yeah, the swap plus the rupture is also pretty good, right? It's one of those old school combos. But most importantly, you can't BKB and TP out. It was a nice attempt from Nisha to put the torrent behind him and then TP.
Oh no, they found more Matumba Man. Has to E-Blade to protect himself because they stunned him up too much. He doesn't get clipped by the Ice Blast. He'll look to waveform away. But Kuiper goes in. BKB last you drag back. Yeah, you dream call them, but don't worry. Kuiper's bringing the main meal to the table. And they pick off Matumba Man. Dead for 70 seconds. 104 for more. Looking for a nice stun comes out from Yapzor. And now there will be a kill defense, but the Yule's there on the side. Blade Mail says, please don't hurt me. And they're like, fine, we'll wait a few moments. But when those moments pass, you're as good as dead. Tiger turns around with a stun. They crap him in. BKB. They need to get him for the clicks now. But he'll just try for the Sprout TP out. They're the bash straight away. DK was owed it from the bot lane and he gets it here.
Yeah, the other time Mike actually hit him twice and didn't get the bashes. Man, Liquid is owning Secret.
They are juggling him right now. I think is the one way to put it.
This Ancient Apparition just completely unlocked their draft. It isn't only the Ancient though, it's the mobility on all of their heroes. They have the Blink Dagger Yule Sand King, you have the Blink Dagger on the Batrider. It's just so easy to get these pickoffs with just that addition of a Frost Blast coming.
Echo. They jump in, but they're targeting the person in the Aegis. You can feel the desperation. They'll get through him. The boat's already been used now. But they do notice that Liquid is split up a bit. They are bringing reinforcements now. So Aegis is gone. They go, okay, that should deter them from coming for more, but looking towards our base. They're moving in now. E-Blade does force out the BKB, but he already took the damage. So Mike, just a defensive BKB. On the backline, though, the Lashu on the puck. He gives his life for a BKB charge. I guess you're okay with that?
I think Puppy is okay with dying this game.
He's proven that. He's now 0-11-8. He's on his way towards the Malk Award.
So, Secret really needs to buy as much time as possible for Matu so that he can finish off the BKB, because click on Matu. Do you see anything strange in his item build?
There is a slightly off-meta item choice, I'm not going to lie.
Can you name it? Is it the sticks?
Oh, no, wait, no, sorry, it's the Mithril Hammer. Yeah, why do you get a Mithril Hammer? You're all stats, right? So he has gone for a blink. It's not what we used to see it. But I guess
Matu Morphling.
leading the way, okay?
Next time he plays Anti-Mage, he's gonna get a Blink Dagger as well.
Hey, I do it just for the voice line, okay? You know the one.
Well, jokes aside, it can work here. You can get on top of that Ancient Apparition a little bit easier and blow him up with the E-Blade. Or at least you were able to, because if you check Boxy's items, it's also unconventional for an Ancient Apparition, but it's really good this game. He has a BKB and Guardian Greaves. He's basically unkillable in these fights.
I mean, he's basically the second hardest person to kill on the side of Liquid at this point, because he's got the Guardian Greaves, he's got the BKB. Yeah, but, you know, Koifa has more health, I'll give him that, but he hasn't got the heals. And he's usually in a lot deeper. And speaking of Koifa, Yapsaw is ready and waiting with the Shadow Amulet. They let him go by, they say, okay, you came to us, you've got no one but yourself to blame. But there are reinforcements coming in. The buyback out from Batrider. The Rupture being thrown out on Anisha. He just needs to get the hell out. And with the TP out, they won't have vision. No! Puppy ensures it. He gives his life by using the weight of risk so they will not be able to stun or stop him.
If these two heroes are the only two that they've killed, it's great for Secret. They buy more time for Matu. They also force a buyback from the Batrider. You're super happy with that exchange. I love the setup as well, with Yapsor in the Shadow Amulet, impersonating Choppy there on the stairs, waiting for anyone to show up.
He was close enough to the creep to get XP, that's true. It was very much a Chappy amulet.
And just one thing that I also really want to mention is Ancient Apparition and his neutral item. This Grove Bow is so good on him, because you have Ice Vortex with, 30% increased magic damage, and then you have 12% magic resistance reduced.
Boy. Well, we said they only find small picks. How do we measure Zai? Is he a big pick? He's a dead pick.
He also used the BKB as well there. He's a really, really big pick off.
I liked your point about the Growth Bow, right? It's like we saw it come out. I was like, oh, this is good for chill and touch. But as you highlighted, it's the magic amp, right? I wondered if he'd go for a Veil build, but because of this item plus the Ice Vortex, what's the point? Like, you're already negating enough magic resistance.
But you know what as well is so cool about this Ancient Apparition? Because it really proves a point that right now on the offlane, as long as you're building utility items, you're contributing to the game, right? He's doing way more with his Ice Blast, yes, but as long as the hero is right for the game, just put it on the offlane and buy utility items, and that's it. It will work.
That is true. Right? If you think of positions, I feel like the offlane has the one that can get the cookie cutter items, right? Like, oh, we need a Crimson Guard. Oh, we need a pipe this. Oh, we need a Vlad's.
Also, being 9k helps, but yeah.
That does. But for those people down at 3 or 4k, just build all the utility items, all right? And then when you lose, your team can't blame you. They can't say you didn't give them the best chance of winning. That's how it works, right?
I would actually say yes. I would actually say yes. Building utility items is very undervalued in most MMR ranges. Everyone wants to carry, you know. So
Yeah, everyone wants a rapier.
Step lively now. Your
Yeah,
admiral
we
is
were
on
saying
board.
before, you know, rapier gets dropped on the ground. Even your POS 5 is pinging it saying me.
there's a blink dagger also on Boxy, by the way. He completed it too. Well, that's interesting. And the Dagon on Puppy, so he definitely wants to carry. I'm not sure how much this Dagon level 1 is going to hurt the side of Liquid, but we'll
I mean,
see.
in fairness to him, man, he dies after about 5 seconds in a fight. So you might as well have something that gets damage out in those first 5 seconds.
Matu, he did complete the BKB though, and they are smoked up. Perhaps they can find something else than Insania down on the bottom lane.
Quickfoot might find Zai though. Lasso, Dragon, they got the Blood Right available. Zai may already be too low. E-Blade to buy him a little bit of time. BKB gets activated, moving to Morphling right now, but he's beginning to morph up. However, the damage coming out from Mike is way too much. Waveform away. Dreamcool gets thrown down, but Quickfoot sidesteps it completely inside. He's trying to click Bat Rider away. The boat flies on through. Kunkka is stunned up for the time being, but a swap out, Mike is safe. And the swap back in, they say, whoop! Just because I got my carry out doesn't mean you get to leave as well. They force the BKB in Epicenter, being charged up. Tiger jumps in, Blood Right's there as well. Zai, he has no BKB anymore, is gone. And they move forward quick, but with the Shiva's Guard to slow them down, they do ping him out. Yapsor with the Shadow Blade, looking to move forward. He's got the Echo Slam, but how godly can it be? Do you even have the damage to utilize it right now?
They started that fight so defensively on the side of Secret. Zai first was scouting out so that the smoked gang can come in and help, right? Get the pick off. He was baiting, but the problem is they're so fat on the side of Liquid that this Nature Prophet dies so fast. Morphling had to use the E-Blade defensively, and once you use that E-Blade defensively, you don't really have any offensive power on your side.
No, from that point on, it really did just feel like Secret on the retreat. And you literally just saw Matuma Man morphing the entire time, and Mike was still doing enough damage to offset any health gain.
And in that team fight, actually, Matu had a bit of luck that the ulti of Boxy didn't connect him. Ice Blast didn't connect on the Morphling, so he was really close though.
You know, the ultimate carry we talked about, starting to wonder what
he
he
played
can do. He's
Insania.
going to try for a kill on Insania, but Puppy with the Dagon yoinks it. That's why you build Dagon. It's all about helping this morph secure his kills.
Truth be told, it is pretty cool with E-Blade, right? That's not something... That combo is pretty decent. You have the E-Blade, then you follow up with all the nukes from the puck. That's a lot of magical damage for anyone to sustain.
Yeah. Let alone poor Insania with only 1500 HP.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
So, that offsets Liquid's aggression for the moment. There is still that looming threat that they just go towards the Roche Pit as soon as Venge's up, however. And you can see that Secret want to move before there's even the power of 5 on the side of Liquid. They are smoked. The Liquid hold defensive. They know something has to be occurring here. Although they've just been out quick, but we've seen this before, but it looks like he might back away in time.
There's no way you dive any deeper. Nisha is there also in the smoke together with Yapsor Shadow Bladed, but you need a different target, not a bat any longer.
Sand King, if you could get through him, is good. Boxy is, of course, the golden boy at all times. That's the one you want to go for. Hard to find, though.
You really want to kill Boxy. Not only did he had the Grove Bow before, now he has Timeless Relic. So even more spell damage coming.
Corruption and Matuma Man going for the TP out, but they push him in the last year, they drag him through, and it looks like this good old morph. I was going to say good old day. He's gone for 90 seconds.
That's the Satanic completed with Mickey. And he does have a buyback on the Morphling, but he might have to use it. This should be Roche. This should be Roche from Liquid.
Most definitely. Quickfoot was scouting out if anyone was around, but there'll be a TP out in time. But there's really nothing to stop him from going in. Even if you have the perfect 5-man Echo Slam, you do not have the damage to get through Liquid's heroes right now.
Zai was so close to dying there because Insania, he has a telescope and the level 3 nether swap. The range is insane. Top lane.
Pretty absurd. Dream Call. And then please don't kill me. We've seen this many times before. And Quickfoot, this time he says, okay, you can live. But Roshan won't be so lucky. Now you have big problems. Aegis and Cheese in the hands of Liquid. Secret already struggling to keep this game running and keep themselves in it. And they need to. They're already one game down. Liquid definitely have control right now.
So Zai can really hurt a lot in this next fight. He has his Dazzle completed. He's really close to the Daedalus as well. Needs about 1,000 gold. That could make a solid difference. But like you said, it's going to be very difficult to deal not only with 12k deficit, but Aegis and cheese.
That's definitely the case. You know, even this Enchanted Quiver is, you know, adding a significant amount of deeps to Zai's output in these fights, but it's tough to find that quick pick at the beginning. And Quickfoot looking for a quick pick. Nice X drag back though. Yapzor needs to escape, has the Shadow Blade. Zai will TP out. They are hunting for, but they can't find Yapzor anymore. He's already gone.
In a different situation, that X mark, right, that save from the lasso, really gives you an opportunity to strike back, to go in and take a fight. But the problem is, you are still playing versus Aegis and Cheese, and even though they don't have one of their biggest spells, you still can't really fight them. You're still scared.
Yeah, because you already assume that Liquid are bringing everyone across, right? No one else is shown on the map. So at that point, you have to weigh up, can we take them in a 5-on-5? And the answer from Secret right now is no.
Morphling carrying the Witless Shackle. 1200 HP isn't a joke. It's quite a lot. Doesn't really have a lot of mana though.
You don't need mana anymore, Liz. This isn't the days where attribute shift costs something.
He did finish off Lincoln's. I think Nisha as well. Yeah, so they have... Oh, BKB, Boxy bottom.
Oh, Boxy. He blinks in. He's looking for a target. He will whiff on the Ice Blast. And Puppy, he's just juking and jiving. He'll look for the TP out, but the Abyssal flips on. Kills him off. Dead for 75.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Puppy. Trying to juke them on one side with the orb and then shifting to the other. But Abyssal Blade... Mickey is always on point. He's always there when you need him. A pretty good play again. The BKB was used on AA though, so
that's true.
That's a small upside.
So if you find him, you can just blow him up straight away in the next engagement. At least in the next 30 seconds. But the problem is, because Puppy is dead for a lot longer, it's unlikely Secret want to fight. Instead, they just keep the split push shenanigans going and pray that Liquid never targets the high ground. But look at this. They're coming in on the mid.
Radiant's top tower.
Man, nice pick off. And he could be. Wait, he's the X? They're not X stack. Mike, he's gonna be able to get the kill. Timmerman did get X back.
Tower's hurting. Dire's mid towers have.
He has no
Is it me or
buyback.
did the X break? There was no line to drag him back anymore.
Them dire buildings.
There was literally no way to save Matuma Man.
Dire's mid tower needs a little help.
He has no buyback.
Because they thought it was gonna be a clean cut kill.
That mid tower.
This is at least two sides here. Maybe they can take a fight, but it's going to be so difficult.
Lasso. They're trying to force the game in right now. Shaker's in trouble. Blood right onto him. Blink away on the short range. It's not going to be good enough to get him out. He does blink back defensively, but they jump straight on top. They kill him off dead for 65. DK is sprouted up, but there's no way in hell you jump on top of him. Nice and quick for to let him out and let him continue to wail on these buildings.
Yeah, Yapzor tried to go in there and perhaps bait some spells out and use the flicker to get that debuffs, to get all those debuffs off, but it just didn't work. They have way too many spells to work with. Hit too much damage to work with.
I'm baffled right now. What seems just like a cheeky, easy kill in the mid lane. Secret trying even to do it, even if you succeed with it, has now cost you 2 sets of racks potentially here.
Yeah, maybe 2 sets of racks.
They'll stop.
Let's see. Actually,
they think it's too dangerous, right? Because Morph is up in 20 and you're not killing buildings that fast.
I'm actually surprised. Wait, they didn't have... that's why. Okay, never mind.
No creeps.
I take that back. No creeps. That's one of the reasons why they did the X mark plus the teleport on the top lane on Zai to just continue pushing in. Plus he used the ulti to prevent the creeps from reaching the base. Yeah, so all things said and done, they only lose one side. From all of that, no buybacks even committed. So, if you're Secret, you're counting your lucky stars. You're happy with this.
Yeah, and now you'll potentially pass the worst of it in terms of the Aegis factor, right? That's going to be gone soon. So next time when you fight with Liquid, I don't get to say you're on even grounds because you are 18,000 gold behind. But,
yeah, but Aegis
you don't have to worry about extra life.
Yeah, Aegis has been reclaimed right now, so it could give you a decent opportunity to fight. But look at Nisha, man. Like, this isn't... Okay, Nisha usually loves to play this Kunkka, right? But this Kunkka is full utility, like complete utility. He had at least Aghanims queued up before, which is fun to play with. The Torrent Storm is great. But he just switched into a Hex. Even this Linken's that he's got, I'm pretty sure he's going to be throwing it on the Morphling the next couple of fights.
No, it's definitely. And hopefully the X's will return him as well in one piece, not in a puddle on the floor. They are smoked near the mid lane. They're anticipating someone's going to come and try and push this in. And Liquid are split right now.
Talking about unconventional items and how on one side you have Nisha who's full utility. Look at this position 5 Vengeful just casually strolling by with the Desolator.
He has been farming a lot of waves. So, you know, when you have that much experience with waves, you realize that Wave Terror is not good enough on its own. But these split push attempts are getting less and less out of it as the game goes on. Now with the sheep stick on Boxy. With that
good. Swap. Nisha. Mid lane.
In trouble. Trying to move away. He's got the Minotaur Horn. They haven't got the lasso, but they have got a swap, which means he knows he can't get away from this. Now he's chasing down. He's trying to waste as much time as possible. Death is an inevitability.
Yeah, he does have a buyback. He pretty much saw them, and he tried to be cheeky with the BKB TP out because he understands if I BKB, the lasso can't stop me. The problem is you still have to deal with the nether swap, which definitely can swap you. So they break the Linken's with the lasso, and then they nether swap him to catch him out. Very well played by Team Liquid.
Dire just couldn't save
Look at
that
this.
bottom tower.
Potential keys to the base, they say. We're going to force that buyback, or we're going to take your buildings as everything's exposed in secret space now. Echo Slam jumping straight on Mike, though, swap out Insania. So clean and easy cut for him. He'll give his life, but 2 buybacks forced, and he keeps the big man alive. However, Tiger will be brought down as well, so the supports give their lives. The cores don't have to.
Yeah, they lost 2 big heroes to their supports, and Vengeful does not have a buyback to work with. This is a huge opportunity now for Secret to get control of the map.
If they can find him. And they found Mike. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. He doesn't have an easy way out other than to just casually TP. Because guess what? No Bashers in this lineup.
No Bashers, no Abyssals, nothing to break through that BKB TP.
Meanwhile on the bot lane. They're pinging out Boxy. I don't think they want to be, though. Poppy couldn't take that fight. Diddly Squid, and Zai jumps in. Last straight away on him. Now Fissure. Yapzor thinking about going in for more. Boxy just getting hit down by the crit to Zai. They'll follow through as Matumaf shows up. They get rid of the Ancient Apparition, and Quickbow is running for the high hills, but there is a trail behind him giving it away. He will blink out in time and looks to TP out successfully because he did use the BKB.
This is that crazy moment that Secret can make out of any given game. They take only one of your mistakes, and then they force you to do a couple more. They just make the game so chaotic. And like, look at this situation right now. They actually have an opportunity to go into the pit. They're scouting the rush. They know it's up. It is a little bit scary, but I think this is the best chance that they're gonna get in this game. If they go right now and try and snatch that away from Liquid.
They're doing the important thing. See, Zai was scouting everything because he's got the teleport talent now. He can just go wherever he wants as often. He gets rid of that outpost TP. And now they can potentially go into the pit if they want to. They do seem reluctant. Understandably so, because Sand King, he's back alive. That's the big combo you're worried about in the pit. It's not just the AA, it's what the Sand King brings as well.
You're really worried about the Ancient Apparition because he deals with the Morphling. The thing is, though, if it was some other type of a hero, you could still go into the pit, try and go for rush, but you can't because Ancient, he doesn't need to be there. He just buybacks, uses his ulti, and that's his contribution. He still did well.
Exactly, and because Boxy hasn't bought any new item, they didn't know for sure that he doesn't have buyback. He's only 630 gold away from it.
He did get hexed though, right? But they're probably thinking, yeah, it's a while ago, and probably thinking it's not big enough.
Especially with the way he's been farming. Instead, Liquid, the moment they're all up, they're in. And the pings, they're coming out, they know about it. Kunkka's Chorus spots this, but Team Secret, they're smoked. Are they fast enough? The problem is that Liquid saw that Chorus, so they are anticipating an intervention from Team Secret. And Zai, oh, this is... Ooh, okay. He's just
There's a
faking him out.
smoke. Liquid.
Like, if he's going to toy with us, we'll come to them. Right now, Zai, he's just trying to play mind games. Problem is, they're not where you think they are. This is a wide wraparound from Liquid that might snipe out the back line perfectly. Jump in. Yasuo's been spotted. That's a perfect pick for him to find to open up the engagement. The last two to make sure there's not even a cast of a spell coming out. And now they move forward. Linkus gets popped. Nisha has to use the Minotaur Horn. There's the use of the Dream Core. Back comes up to Shaker, trying to get into the fight right now. They've got rid of the bench. Bench is down. Mike taking way too much damage. He can't right-click up against this. He's just overwhelmed by the forces of Secret and brought down. Now they're hunting for more. They'll move straight through on the Sand King. Yours has to be used defensively. Matumba Man will move away. X won't drag him back here. Now Puppey trying to hunt for more. Zai is on the chase as well. Tiger will just go for the TP out. And it looks like he'll be able to make it. But the problem that you have if you're Team Liquid is you just opened up the gates to the Roche Pit for the side of Secret.
Okay, you still have the epicenter. Ancient Apparition is up. He's going to have his ulti in 15 seconds. But that's nowhere nearly fast enough.
No. We just saw the physical damage that they have in that last fight.
That Sprout on Mickey completely ruined him. He couldn't use the Satanic, he couldn't be hitting anyone, and Morphling just stood right next to him and just mauled him, destroyed him.
I tell you what, Liz, if you are a Bloodseeker in that situation, are you crying in your hands right now going, why didn't I build a Battle Fury?
Or just a casual quelling blade, sadly.
How could you...
He had it. I'm kidding, yeah. I know you can.
Yeah,
but,
you need 6 seconds there, my friend.
Yeah, but also, it was a little bit unfortunate for Liquid, but so this is my point. They caught the Shaker first, right? And it's unfortunate for them because Shaker is the only one really that can contribute a lot with that buyback. He buybacks, goes back in, and changes the fight for Team Secret at that point. The question is, did Secret put him there on purpose? They were all retreating to the left side. You could even see Zai TPing from that spot down bottom. So they knew the smoke is coming. No one was in the pit. Where can they be? They must be smoked.
That's true. And the thing is, you know, you could argue either way, right? If they come from the left, they run into the front line of Secret, and then you're strongest. You come from the back, because you have that outpost control, there is a question in the mind. As you said, was this all a great bait?
Probably a little bit of
I don't
both.
think this one's a great bait if it happens, though. Yeah, Yaps will move away quickly. He has a ward down to cover him. Moving in. He actually came back. I don't think this is a great bait anymore, Liz. This is something entirely different. They've lost the Shaker. No way back into the fight. Puppy will go down as well. It's a double kill for Mike as he got the proc. And now they're going to chase through looking for more. Lashley's going to come out to control upside, drag him away. Nice X back to interrupt that, though. And now Mike chasing on top of Zai. Yes, when you sprout them, you're strong. But when the epicenter, when the damage comes through in favor of Liquid, there's no way to stand against it when you're divided. Matumba Man just trying to move away. Morphin and tallying the strength. He doesn't have the damage to really follow through anymore. They are scaring away Mike for the moment, but Nisha is just being ignored at this stage. Instead, they know they have to address Matumba Man. Fire Strike through. Gets hexed up right away, though. Cold Feet coming out before he put the big crit to hurt inside. Standing his ground with the Blade Mail as well. Works against Mike, and Zai is able to get that kill. But now the stun through. They're getting green blow. Zai is going to be killed off. That's going to be his dieback. He's gone. Out of the game for 2 minutes, and Nisha was BKB trying to stand up against this, but now they're going to chase forward. Matumba Man, Aegis has big claim. As his head was taken down once, but they can't find him again. They will, however, find Nisha, and yes, you keep your Morphling alive. Yes, he's the focus of your draft. But now, who the hell do you have left to help him defend?
Okay, let's see. 1 versus 5 for
it is the
Matumba Man
Morphling draft, Liz.
with the Blink
He's got to
Dagger.
show us what he's got.
Dyer's mid tower.
Oh, Secret. They thought they'd found a lifeline, but just as quickly as they find it, the pulse goes dead, and Liquid are in the face towards those tier 4s. Glyph already used. Still 30 seconds until you got some serious help, and in 30 seconds, the game was going to be over.
There is not a lot that he can do here.
There is nothing he can do but give another kill to the score for the side of Team Liquid. The buyback won't matter. None of it matters for Secret as it's a 2-0. Liquid, they just run him over. And not a rare situation for us to witness here. Team Secret losing to anybody 2-0.
Yeah, man, I would love to have an interview right now with Insania and ask him how he's feeling, because I know how important this series is for them every time. Anytime they play versus Secret, they're just on a different level. And this was amazing, winning 2-0 versus Secret. It's such a great performance from them. That last fight, yeah, they pick off Yabzor first, and this time around he doesn't have a buyback. They just instantly deal with him, and he can't bring that extra control. By the way, Sand King, he has his level 25 talent as well, so he's applying that blind with the Sandstorm constantly in the fights. You can't deal with that as well. And Liquid, they lost the fight before, and they instantly recognized who the most important target is, and that's Zai. Your Morphling, yeah, he deals a lot of damage. He's strong, but Zai, in the end, he had MKB, Daedalus, Desolator, BKB, AC. He's just shredding targets. But if you get on top of him, he's very squishy. They eliminate him next, and the team fight is there. There's just incredible performance from Team Liquid. Secret obviously playing great again, but this time Team Liquid was a little bit better. Such an enjoyable series to watch, though.
Most definitely was. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, right? Like, whenever you see Nature's Prophet, you're playing that 1 or 2 role. Yes, he was a free Prophet, but he was in the mid, so he had priority farm. It's that right-click build that makes you really a glass cannon. So it always comes down to positioning. And you look at Team Liquid's heroes, Vengeful Spirit, the Sand King, the Bat Rider. They have the means to move around these fights freely. And you're right, Team Liquid, I mean, this was a beauty to watch, folks. Like, Team Secret, the Team Secret fans, you might be disappointed, but you have to give credit where credit is due. I think you're right when you were saying that the Sania Team Liquid as a whole have got to be feeling amazing right now, because I've heard it said before from players, if they take 1 game off Team Secret, they're pretty chuffed. They're like, how the hell did we do that, boys? They're the unbeatable giant right now. But the 2-0, what undoubtedly probably like 90% of the fan base in Dota 2 come this tournament was the favorites for this tournament. Yeah, they're not out, but you've put Team Secret in the lower bracket, the first round of upper brackets. And speaking of upper brackets, we're not done. That's right. There's still more action here. There's still 2 more series to be played today. And next up, we're going to have Fly to Moon versus Team Nigma. We're going to hit up a short break before we return with some upper bracket CIS versus EU action.